Hi, and welcome back to the Disability Foundation's YLI Peer Mentorship Year in Review. The YLI Youth Leadership Initiative is a new branch of the Disability Foundation tasked with identifying and addressing the barriers young Canadians with disabilities face when entering the workforce. To prepare our new YLI staff for this task, the Disability Foundation, in partnership with Royal Roads University, hosted a peer-to-peer mentorship program to give our staff a crash course in team building, self-reliance, and leadership skills. Let's meet our peer mentors.
Hi, my name is Jordan. I'm a Development and Communications Officer with the Disability Foundation.
Hello, my name is Eric Molendyke. I am one of the program managers at the Disability Foundation.
What intrigued you about joining the leadership development training as a peer mentor?
We began the Development Leadership Training Program sort of about a year, maybe a year and a half after I had joined the Disability Foundation in my current role, and it really felt like a good opportunity for me to begin to explore some of the things that I've been talking about with our leadership team in terms of where I could see my career going, and kind of what I wanted to have happen in developing my career in the different roles within the organization. And it was really felt like a good way for me to explore some of my strengths as well as some of the areas that I knew that I wanted to work on and grow and develop to become a better leader and a better manager moving forward.
I was asked to be a mentor with the YLI program, and when I was asked, I felt honored. Through my life, I have experienced people mentoring me and sharing their knowledge with me, and I really look forward to the opportunity to mentor or help out with the YLI project as much as I could, especially when you have people that are as keen to make a difference and work towards their goals as this group of young people are.
What were the peer mentees like before they joined the training? Now that they've gone through this training and you've been working closely with them, do you see any changes in them? What are the changes?
I think everybody, including myself, sort of felt a little bit like they were still trying to figure their way a little bit through the Disability Foundation and how things worked, sort of trying to get a foothold on the best way to apply their skills and contribute as best as possible to what we were trying to accomplish. And one of the things that I've really noticed through the past year and a bit is just how confident people have become, take charge, more assertive, voicing opinions and things like that I think have really benefited the work that we do on a day-to-day basis. And also sort of the communication side of things, being able to have a conversation that maybe isn't an easy one, but do it in a way where everybody feels respected and like their voices are being heard.
I've definitely seen changes in those that were mentoring. Alex, Max, and Serena, and other people who have joined the team. When the project started, they were shy and lacked self-confidence, and all of them throughout this process have become so capable, and Alice does a wonderful job of running the meeting and keeping all of us on task, and really as mentors we're just here to lend support. So seeing the growth of those involved in the YLI project have been extremely rewarding and enjoyable for myself.
What is the knowledge or skills you learned in this training that you wish to impart on others?
I think my biggest learning through the leadership development program has been kind of a reinforcing of my belief that communication kind of is the key to everything at work and really in life. Being able to openly and honestly, effectively communicate with your staff and your coworkers and your family and your friends and every aspect of your life is just so important. Being able to be assertive while welcoming other opinions and thoughts and attitudes is just so key to everything we want to try to accomplish. I think that our sessions really reinforce that.
Throughout this process, it's not only been me being a mentor, but I've also learned as well And really, it's just a good reminder to be patient. And when you have a goal, and certainly, what we're trying to do is get feedback from other people and give people a platform to express their challenges that they face for employment. And it's been a good reminder throughout this process, because through the efforts that's gone in and the collaborative teamwork, over 500 surveys were um, gathered, and so many community organizations reached, and it's just it's always a good reminder, or learn to stick with the process and believe in what you're doing, and it's been great to see the entire team carry that through.
Is there a particular memory or feature from the training that stands out for you?
I have a specific moment to sort of draw on, but I really appreciated and welcomed just how interactive the program was, and the way that Mark was able to draw people out, helping to build that sort of comfort and connection between the program participants. And I think I really benefited from in participating in the leadership development training was just how um, ongoing it felt. So each session built off of the previous session, developing and working on and focusing on a different aspect of leadership. Um, it really felt like I was heading somewhere, growing in different ways each session. One of the other things that I really benefited from and got out of it was that it provided me an opportunity to kind of momentarily escape the busyness of our work, and just stop and reflect about myself and where I was at professionally, even personally to a certain degree.
As far as my favorite moments of being part of the YLI project and being a mentor, it reminds me to reflect on all the people that have helped me and share their knowledge throughout my time. And just, I've really enjoyed seeing all the students gain self-confidence in their public speaking, the way they carry themselves, sharing ideas, collaborating, and working towards a common goal. And we at one point thought if we could get 200 or 300 survey responses, that would be great. And we ended up getting 500, and now we're getting advisory committees and successfully moving on to the next phase of the project. And that's been really, really rewarding. So just the overall growth and learning and sharing of information and working towards a common goal is definitely one of my favorite memories, and continues to be throughout the YLI project.
Our team would like to give a big thanks to Royal Roads University for equipping the interns with the skills needed to carry on with the YLI project. The YLI team will need the community and your continued support to break down the employment barriers faced by youth with disabilities. To learn more about how you can support this project, please visit us at disabilityfoundation.org/YLI or follow us on social media